Have you ever wanted to build your own invention? Or maybe there was a project that you wanted to do that you know it requires electrical engineering, but you just didn't know how to do it. Maybe you thought to yourself, I have to get an electrical engineering degree so that I can accomplish this. But in today's video, I'm gonna show you how you can accomplish this without having to get the entirety of an electrical engineering degree. What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jodabeni and I'm an electrical engineer. And I wanna show you guys how you can build your first electrical engineering project. I know some of you are in college, maybe some of you are not in college, and you want to be able to develop your first project that you can maybe show to potential employers to help you get your first job. So let's look at the most common beginner mistakes. The first mistake most people do is they don't attempt to build any projects because they truly believe that they must have a degree first. Engineering, electrical engineering, was not invented by the colleges. It has always been here. The applications of it, anybody can do engineering work without the degree. You don't need years of schooling just to be able to touch a circuit. You can buy your own equipment, buy your own soldering equipment, and put your PCBs together by yourself. The second mistake most people make is believing that learning all these high-level maths and all these electrical engineering theories will make you a great inventor. That is not the case. Just because somebody has completed their engineering degree does not make them a creative designer and or inventor. You may have creative ideas and inventions you know that if you created it today will help millions of people, but because you don't have a degree, maybe you stay timid and you don't attempt it. The classes you go to, it teaches you the background and the equations, but the projects that you do on your own is going to teach you the reality of those things that you learned in college into the application in the real world. So you can even be ahead of those who are in college learning electrical engineering if you've made electrical engineering products outside of the university. If you made it this far in the video, it would help the channel tremendously if you could leave a like button. And if you want to see more of my content, you could always subscribe and I really appreciate you. Let's get back to the video. The third common beginner most people make whenever they're learning electrical engineering or trying to build their project is they will look at a video. For example, you're trying to learn how to develop a certain type of PCB. You follow the tutorial all the way to the end. You have a brief understanding of how to put together this PCB circuit from designing it into putting it on Altium and maybe to the finished product. But a lot of people make the mistakes of just watching the video once, copying and believing they understand it 100%. What you should be doing if you're watching any type of tutorial that's teaching you any software is after you finish going through that tutorial and you believe that you understand it, you are now to reattempt it without watching the video. If you can complete it from start to finish without re-watching any part of the video, then you can say, yes, I understand. But if you try to reduplicate what you just did following the tutorial and you are not able to, then hey, maybe you didn't understand it as much as you thought. True mastery is when you can repeat the entire process from your thoughts without having to get any cheat book. So when it comes to building your first project, you need to be in the right mindset. What this means is you want to think like a systems engineer. Your first project is going to have different parts, different module, different parts of a system. And as a beginner, you may not know 100% on how to make all of these parts, nor how do they work. Now, there's a cheat code for this. A lot of people in college did not know this, but I knew this. The main cheat code is that no matter whatever you're trying to build, you can find those same modules online. And the purpose of why I said you have to start thinking like a systems engineer is because you're going to have a plan. You have an idea and you lay it out on front. You know, this is what I'm designing and this is the end state. Now, if you needed help, you can insert that into ChatGPT and ask it, where in these parts of this invention that I'm trying to make, what module or parts could I use? Even if you didn't understand all these parts, you could easily go on Amazon and look up certain modules that you can buy and bring it together. For example, you're inventing something that requires a step-down converter. Maybe you don't know the math or the theory behind the step-down converter. You can just go on Amazon, buy the one you want, type it on Amazon, hey, maybe I need a step down from 20 volts to 5 volts, because you know the system that you're going to use is going to need it. So you just buy the module. And you're going to buy all the separate modules that you need to help your system work. Once your system is proven that it works, you can then move on to the final step, which is, yes, my invention works, it's feasible. Now you go back down and you are more interested in learning how to make a step down converter from scratch, because at this point, maybe you're trying to get it patented and you have to create your own invention. You are forced to learn how to create it from scratch. This is how you start becoming an electrical engineer in the real world. For example, whenever I was in my senior design course, the entirety of my electrical engineering degree did not teach you how to invent things. They just teach you different things here and there. You took circuits class, you take communication theory, you take VSLI, microprocessing systems. You took all of these classes and it was supposed to open your eyes into a variety of different fields. Now, when it comes to your senior design, you and your teammates were supposed to pick one project assignment for you guys to commit to. Even though you guys committed to this assignment, it does not mean that you had any experience building something like this before. So you all had to think real hard how this system was going to work and do research and figure out how to do it. And my group decided, hey, we know exactly what we want. Maybe we don't have all the skills to build each particular part, but we will build what we know how to build, and everything else we will order it. So for the first time we built it, we even used a battery from an automatic drill. And that was just something we had laying around. We were able to utilize it for our project and it worked successfully. And then when we came to the finalizing stages of everything, from the bulk converters that I bought on Amazon, I had to create them from scratch. I had to learn Altium. I watched different types of videos, how to be efficient. I created a PCB, sent it to PCBWay or JLPCB. They sent it back. I learned how to solder pieces onto a PCB board. And all of these were a snowball effect from completing a systems model, even though those parts, I did not create them individually. But on the final piece, almost 80% of it was done by myself and my team. Building your first project will not be easy at all. It's going to take a lot of hard work, a lot of patience, a lot of research. But you can significantly cut a lot of that research time down by utilizing artificial intelligence and or buying modules to fit parts that you do not want to do the research on. And understanding the application of these modules will help you complete your systems better, because even whenever you're in the real world, your systems manager isn't in the lab creating a lot of these technology. He's going to be looking at the bigger picture of this assignment or project, and he's going to task organize what's needed to make this project successful. And that's a great way to teach you the engineering process, especially if you haven't gotten any professional experience, which is why a lot of companies prefer to hire those who have already completed any type of project, because you understand those three different levels of the systems level, understanding the entirety of the project, 2, understanding which parts of your module work together, and 3, how you can combine them together and present an effective result. This is the power of creating an electrical engineering project. I encourage you to go ahead and build something this week. At least please do start it, because when you finish and you get to that end of the line, you will not regret it. And whatever you guys build, be sure to share it with me on my Instagram or leave in the comment section below a link. I'm willing to watch all of those and review it with you guys to look at all your cool designs. And if you guys want a tutorial from me to how to build PCBs or things like that, please let me know as well. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next video. Jodabeni is out.